It has always been exciting for me to get up on stage or to get in front of an audience and work my craft. When I was 5 years old, I was walking down a carnival midway with my father. We passed the rides and the games and went to the back end of the carnival lot, and there I saw my first magician perform. And he produced a rabbit from a hat. He made a beautiful princess float in midair. One of the tricks that I remember the most was one that I actually could go home and try and do myself. It was a trick where he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. He took 1, 2, 3 away, and he still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Well, I wanted to learn to do that trick. And so my quest for being a magician at that time actually roots all the way back to the carnival.
Andy Dallas says magic is his obsession, and it has taken him around the world.
Magic has a real appeal to every group and class of people. It has no barrier of taste. For example, I can perform all over the world without having to say a word.
Dallas is not only a master at the sleight of hand, he has mastered getting out of tight situations. During his career, he has broken out of boxes filled with water and pierced with swords. But he insists that in performing an escape, he is taking no more risks than someone parachuting out of an airplane.
I'm an escape artist, and being an escape artist means that we are not necessarily, we create the illusion of risking our lives, and I try not to risk my life, but there are things that I do that have a danger element to them.
Dallas admits being frightened during one escape act. It was when he was dangling upside down from a helicopter wearing a straitjacket.
I was 50 feet under the helicopter on a tether. The helicopter was up 350 feet, and with the swinging motion and the floating motion of the helicopter, our helicopter has a rotary engine, and so it doesn't have any kind of feel to it. You just kind of float there. And with the swinging of the cable, it got to the point where my brain's saying to me, you know, this isn't the way things are supposed to be.
Luckily, Dallas was able to complete the escape, and he continued to perform more death-defying acts, including one underwater on the #1 show in Europe. He had to perform it in front of 4 cameras.
When they push me and they flip me clean over in the bag, I'm in a bag that weighs 40 pounds. I'm chained and shackled and locked inside, and they flip me as I'm going down. And if I would have gotten any water in there at all, if I would have gotten any water in my lungs and stuff, I wouldn't have been able to survive it.
Now, at 48, Dallas doesn't feel like hanging upside down from helicopters anymore, but he's still challenging himself with his magic. Plus, he's always on the lookout for more interesting items to sell in his 14,000 square foot store, Dallas & Company.
Mouse and a vampire thing.
Looking around Dallas & Company, it is hard to imagine the store started in a space that was just 6 by 8 feet.
Or like we could just kind of like buy her this.
Now among its various oddities, there is a 12-foot King Kong replica. The only other one like it is in the Universal Studios in Hollywood.
I have a store full of things that nobody has to have. You don't have to have anything in here. But we think everybody ought to own a rubber chicken at least once in their life. And the only thing that worries me more than people who buy phony dog do is people who make phony dog do.
Dallas credits the store's success with perfect timing. He says he started selling rubber masks just as adults were rediscovering Halloween.
There was all this talk about needles and apples and razor blades and that kind of thing, and kids were getting all their candy checked, and Halloween died, essentially just died for the kid. But it just boomed for the adult. It was an excuse to have a party. And at that point, I was right on that wave. I just hit that wave, and I've been riding it ever since.
Feeling great.
Now the store gives Dallas a chance to mesh his passion and his business. On Saturdays, you can usually find him demonstrating tricks in the magic room.
Now watch. Let's do it one more time. Watch carefully. Magic's as old as time. So, and the tricks in it are the same tricks we did when I was first in magic. I'm selling the same ones in my shop, exactly, that I bought when I was a kid. This is the old Chinese sticks. It's the first trick I ever owned, or I bought at a magic shop. Now, I made a lot of tricks when I was young, but this is the first one I ever owned. And what you've got is a little trick. It's got a tissel and a tassel. This is the tissel. This is the tassel. Now, when you pull the tassel goes up, and when you pull the tassel goes up. Many people say, I know how this works. They're connected in here like this, so we'll take them apart. And when I pull the tassel goes up. And when I pull the tassel goes up. Many people say, I know how this works. They're connected, and they go around here like this, so I'll take them apart. And when I pull the tassel goes up. And when I pull the tassel goes up. Many people say, I know how this works. It goes up your sleeve and down through your pants leg, back up to your underwear. Of course, that's not true. This one goes through the wand just like this. And this one goes through the wand just like this, too. Now, you can do something really strange. You can snap the imaginary connection. So now that you have them both down at the same time. Attach it again, and you can pull them, and they both go up. Now, you can do all kinds of tricks with these wands. For example, this one can go in the pocket like this. You pull like that. Hey, this one's just like a yo-yo. But here's the hard one. You snap your fingers, it goes right up, and that's the end of the trick. Every one of us has our own kind of magic. You are into television, and you have tricks you can do with a camera that I would not know how to do, right? And people know about computers, and they would be able to tell me anything about a computer or show me things on a computer that I wouldn't understand. Basically, that's all we're doing. We're taking natural, normal things and doing things with them that people don't understand. This is the world-famous pickle trick. No, I don't mean the county pickle trick or even the state. This is the world-famous pickle trick. I have a bag, okay? Inside the bag, there's nothing but these two pickles. Now the object, no, I'm sorry, I only need one pickle. So I'm going to take the one pickle. No, I only need the one pickle. That's the only one that I need is the one. I'm sorry, I only need the one pickle. That's the, I only need one pickle. I only need the one. I only need one pickle, and something's not kosher here. It's a dilly, isn't it? Yeah, pretty sweet. I'll save this one for later. And that, well, now I know why they call this the world-famous pickle trick, because there are no pickles in the bag. And the reason that there are no pickles in this bag is because this bag can't hold any more. It's totally full. You see, this bag has one of these in it. And it's also got one of those and one of them. And that's more than the bag can hold.
Andy Dallas just wants his audience to be mystified and entertained. To him, his act is a way of letting others see a glimpse of the world in which he prefers to live.
I live in a wonderful fantasy world where, you know, I create it, I let you in. If you don't like it, you don't have to stay and watch. If you do, then it makes me happy, but I'm doing it for me.